Hey, ladies, welcome to part two of toxic parenting. And we are going to be talking today about becoming a toxic parent. Remember, in the last section, we talked about signs of a toxic parent and the effect it has on you as an adult lady. So, if you experience toxicity while growing up, what are you like now if you have not healed from it already? So now I'm going to be talking about becoming a toxic parent. So you might not be married yet. Say glory! So you are free from, at least you would have healed before you marry and then start having your own children. But if you're married already and with your children already, not to worry, you can also heal still, and there's still hope. So I'm going to talk about how you can become a toxic mom, a toxic parent, the hard truth about it. So I'm here to talk to you from a place of love. I'm not here to shame you because some of us have gone through that at some point in our life. And I'm here talking to you from experience. Okay? So we repeat what we don't heal. So you remember I told you at the beginning of the first video that I'm here to talk to you so that we can heal together. So if you don't heal, you're going to find yourself repeating the same patterns that you thought you would never go through. Some of us even think that's the best thing to do. That's the best way to bring up children. That's tough love. But I want to tell you that tough love is quite different from toxic parenting. And there are some places where it's applicable. Not when we're growing up, we're taught about parenting, and we're taught about how that you don't train up children in a particular straight line. Like you teach them a little hardness, a little softness, so that their life can be balanced, because life is not all smooth and sunny and sunshiny and soft bready. Life has different aspects to it, and your pattern of parenting would bring out those children in that best way. So if you have a mixture of toughness, softness, all done in love, that child will turn out right, most likely. But when it is all tough, 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 mean, 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 that child is degraded completely and the essence is lost. So if you've gone through toxic parenting, you find yourself repeating that pattern if you don't heal. So I'm not here judging you. I'm just here telling you facts so that we can walk around it on how to get better, okay? So the next thing is that trauma becomes your parenting style. Well, because you've gone through trauma and you're not even aware of it. Some of us went through toxic parenting and we didn't even know what it was. We didn't even know the name for it. We didn't even understand what was happening. But our self-worth has been brought to zero. Our personality has been brought to zero. We don't believe in ourselves anymore because we've been talked down all our life by the very people that brought us to this earth. Our bodies have been mocked and, talked down on. Our abilities have been mocked and talked down on. So the trauma of that is where we are parenting from. And we are not even aware of it. So this video is going to cause you awareness and also bring you healing. So when children become, as a child, you are like a sponge. Children generally are like sponge. Sponge or a foam, that when you put it in water, it absorbs everything that is soaked into every liquid until it is filled up and then it can't absorb anymore. So when you were growing up, you were the sponge that was absorbing all those talks, all those actions, all those attitudes. You were absorbing them unconsciously. So now is your time to parent. It's as if those things are being released. They are being released from you unconsciously. Unconsciously. Stress, fear, and lack of tools can also make you reactive. You see yourself reacting under pressure, in a way that you know, oh, this is how my mom was behaving, this is how my dad was behaving. I don't want to behave like this. I don't want to shout. I don't want to talk down on my children. I don't want to criticize them, but I'm doing it unconsciously. I don't know why I'm doing it. This is because of stress, fear, or lack of tools, because this is the only way you know. This is the only way you know. You've not been exposed to loving and gentle and caring parents before. So this is the only way you know to treat children. This is the only way you know to bring them up. Even though you know it's not okay, but you don't know how to come out of it. Don't worry, you're not alone. Also, you know many of us don't want to be toxic. That is just the truth. It's just that we didn't learn differently, you see. So because we didn't learn differently, we just see ourselves repeating the same pattern again unconsciously. Unconsciously. Not because we want to, but because we don't have any alternative, you see. So I just want to encourage you today. Knowing this is the first step in the right direction. Remember, our target is healing. So now that you know you experience toxic parenting, you've known the effects of toxic parenting, what it has brought about in your life. Now you know also that you could become one if you don't watch out for it. So now that you are aware, the next step is healing, right? Yes, we are going to that next step. So God is going to help us. Remember, God is there for us to help us at every point in time. That you even saw this video today means that God directed your steps to come here so that you can be healed. So firstly, is that self-awareness that I talked about. Being aware, oh, I went through toxic parenting. I have these symptoms in me already, the ones we talked about in the previous video, about the effects of toxic parenting on your adult self. And then taking responsibility for those things, taking responsibility for everything that has become you because of the experiences you went through. And then the next thing is therapy or counseling. It would be a very lovely thing. If you have access to that, please do go for therapy or counseling. If you have a pastor that is knowledgeable about this, if you're a Christian, please go to your pastor and talk to your pastor about this. If you have a lady coach, a mentor that you can talk to about this, please go to that person and talk to the person about it. And you will get healing from that. Somebody that is knowledgeable about this matter, somebody that can help. So you can also learn emotional regulation. How do you do that? We talked about stress, fear, and lack of tools. So when you know that you're under stress, learn to take it down. One thing we do as ladies is that we don't give ourselves rest. Most ladies are guilty of this, myself inclusive. We don't like resting. We are guilty when we rest. Like when we rest, we feel like we are doing something wrong. Probably because of the way we were brought up. We were brought up working, and never resting. So when you get a little rest, you're like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. No, you're not. God rested on the seventh day after creation. Remember? So there's nothing wrong with resting. So whenever you feel overburdened, emotionally, physically, your body is crying for rest, or your mind is crying for rest, you're forgetting things, your mind is becoming foggy, create time and rest, sister. There's nothing wrong with resting. Just relax. If you love watching movies, relax and watch a movie. If you love listening to music, relax and listen to a good worship music or any other kind of music you like listening to that will help you calm down. Take care of yourself. If it's shopping, some of you like shopping. Shop responsibly though. Don't be a shopping addict. So go on shopping sprees or even go window shopping. You mustn't buy stuff when you're going shopping. So just do something that you know that will give you joy. Do something for yourself and regulate that emotion. When at your best, then you can start giving out. Because when you're stressed out, you tend to give out negative. And when you give out negative, the people around you are affected negatively. And then you start feeling guilty and you start feeling bad about it. You see? So learn to self regulate your emotions. Set boundaries with those parents. If those toxic parents are still alive, please set boundaries. Set boundaries. You're an adult. Set boundaries. Not that you hate them, because you know actually that when a parent is toxic, it's not because they want to be toxic or anything. This is all they know. It might be because of issues that they went through. Like I mentioned in the first video, I think I talked about probably a mom got pregnant as a teenager and didn't get to the guy that got her pregnant denied her, or they couldn't get married because they were too young and she had to have a child and raise the child all by herself. Or probably she went through one thing or the other, one trauma or the other. Or probably she had abusive parents of her own. Those things could make someone toxic without the person realizing it. You see? So even though you're separating yourself from them, you're setting boundaries with them, remember that it doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you won't fulfill your responsibilities to them as your parents. So if you normally send them money, probably they are not working anymore, or you're doing one thing or the other for them, that is okay to do. Please go ahead and do those things. But set boundaries. Don't allow them talk you down anymore. It's not everything you do that you should share with them anymore, because you know they are going to talk it down anyway. So start distancing yourself a bit from that parent or from those parents that are toxic. Start separating yourself. If you're living with them and you're old enough to stay on your own, please move away. If it's possible for you, move away. I think I talked about it in the self-worth video. Move away. If it's not possible to move away, condition your mind so that you don't listen to those words. And while you're with them, keep showing them love. Stop creating opportunities for you to have fights with them, or talk fights with them. Try and keep away from such situations. Okay? So that when you're ready to move, it will be a peaceful move for you. It wouldn't be a quarrelsome one or a problematic one. Then the next thing you need to do is learn to apologize to your children. I know it would have been difficult for you growing up. You didn't see anybody doing that. You didn't see your parents modeling that to you. Apologize to your children. Apologize to them. If you've been mean to them, if you've been a toxic parent in any way to them, apologize. Explain to them that you didn't know better. This was what you knew growing up. So hold yourself accountable and also tell them that you're going to do better. And as you keep working together, those children will know you're human and that you're able to correct yourself even when you make mistakes. So they will learn from it. And when they make mistakes too, they will have courage to correct themselves as well. Then the next thing is reparenting yourself. So remember, that child that was being how do I speak that now? Okay, that child that was experiencing toxicity from a parent probably stopped at maybe 5 years old when it experienced love the last time. So probably there's a 5-year-old girl living in a 30-year-old lady, or a 25-year-old lady, or a 40-year-old lady. There's still a 5-year-old living in you, still seeking mommy's approval, still seeking mommy's love, but never finding it. Can you parent yourself and bring yourself up to who you're supposed to be? How can you do that? Through faith and affirmations. You have a faith. You believe in God. God has made you excellent. God has made you perfect. God has made you beautiful. I would love you to go back to the video we had, the last video we had a week ago or so, or about 2 weeks ago, because this video might be coming out 2 weeks after that. So go through that video on self-worth. You are enough. Go through the videos, the shorts, and the main video itself, and you will learn how to get your self-worth back. Affirmations of faith. Talk to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, oh, girl, I'm so beautiful. I'm so excellent. I'm bold. I'm strong. I can do all things. Anything I set my heart to do, I can do. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I have a sound mind. I have an excellent spirit. Favor goes before me. Everywhere I go, I'm favored. Everywhere I go, I'm loved. Everywhere I go, people honor me. Can you keep speaking positively to yourself? Because if you don't speak to yourself, what people say to you doesn't matter, because it is what you tell yourself that really strengthens you and empowers you. So finally, I'm going to round up this video because I don't want us to stay too long again. So Psalm 147 verse 3 says, God heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wound. So even though your heart has been broken by your parents who were your first love, I'm telling you, God can bind your broken heart. He can heal you. He can make you whole again. So don't think hope is lost. If you've been a toxic parent to your children because of the experience you had in the past, or probably you didn't have that experience, but you just found yourself being toxic, probably because you're going through stress or because of one trauma or the other you had in life, you're not a bad person. You didn't set out to be a toxic parent. So here I am telling you that you can heal, you can be the best of mothers just by paying attention to these solutions I've given you, going back to the self-worth video and making an effort. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with just a step. A step. So you remember, you're not doomed to repeat the hurt of those that hurt you. You're not doomed to keep hurting other people. There's a way out. Together, we are going to get healed. Together, we are going to walk out of toxicity. And together, we are going to stand tall, blessing everyone that comes around us, making them better than they were when they came to us. And we are not going to hurt people anymore. Have a blessed day. And remember, you're the best. Yes, you, even though this is the first time you're hearing it.